Ever wondered how elite athletes from different sports train to achieve their incredible skills? In this episode, we'll dive into the training philosophies of Ninja Warrior, Gymnastics, and Parkour. I have been a coach and athlete in all of these sports at different levels, and their philosophies have shaped my mindset and how I see bodyweight training. We'll explore what sets each discipline apart, what they have in common, and how you can blend these approaches to enhance your training.
Welcome to Also Ninja Fitness, where we share our love for sports such as Ninja Warrior, Parkour, and Gymnastics to help you achieve the power, skills, and freedom of movement of the functional fitness athlete you are meant to be.
Ninja Warrior, Gymnastics, and Parkour might seem similar, but their training methods have unique twists. Each sport focuses on different skills, techniques, and mindsets. Ninja Warrior training focuses on efficient movement, focusing on strength and grip endurance, as they will need to overcome mostly unknown course obstacles. You will become efficient with your body, but you can focus too much on strength and specific obstacles. Gymnastics is all about perfection. There is a reason they are some of the greatest athletes in the world. Gymnasts spend countless hours perfecting their form and technique. This discipline helps master movement instead of being its guest, but can lead to too much focus on the right way without creativity or being okay with imperfection. Parkour emphasizes fluid movement and adaptability with a mentality of strength to be useful. Parkour is much more a discipline and mindset of freedom than a specific list of moves to learn. This world is what made me fall in love with movement, but too much freedom gives you a lack of direction or choice paralysis. This is just the surface level of each of these sports, each with its pros and cons. I want to dive a bit deeper into each one so that we can learn what makes them great and see if any of the philosophies would help you in your training, regardless of what you train. These are just going to be my personal experiences within these sports and in no way reflect the disciplines or communities as a whole. Understanding these different approaches helps us appreciate the unique strengths each sport develops. The mindset of a Ninja Warrior could be one of the best for training or the worst, because sometimes there are some obstacles that you can expect, such as what you see on the TV or, the gym you are competing at. Your training might be focused only on those, meaning that you train to solve a specific problem instead of the tools to solve the problem. For example, training the warped wall instead of training power, speed, timing, and coordination. The mindset is at its best when you reverse it. Ninja Warrior training is about being strong and useful and efficiency focused with extra strength and grip. Train the tools, which is you. Then you can use those tools to tackle any obstacles on the course. That's when Ninja Warrior training is at its best. You don't know what the course is ahead of time. Focusing on the tools and then being smart with them will allow you to solve many problems. Ironically, Ninja Warrior training is at its best when it takes its roots from parkour. The difference is the philosophies between the two and the focus. Ninja Warrior is more focused with a clear goal and competitions to decide what is important. That means strategy is more important than freedom of movement. You could focus on pure strength and get far in Ninja Warrior. Parkour has no set goal. The movement is the goal. How does that compare with a sport that is even more defined, has been around longer, and is much more competitive, like gymnastics? With a strong foundation in Ninja Warrior training, let's explore the disciplined and precise world of gymnastics, where every move counts. Is going for perfection the perfect plan? The discipline learned by competitive gymnasts is unmatched. Hours of practice, attention to detail, and a pursuit of perfection teach them the value of hard work, and good enough is not good enough. These lessons carry over into other areas of life. For gymnasts, when you learn a skill, you learn it right starting from mastering basic movements and techniques. Simple drills like handstands, cartwheels, and splits become second nature, providing a strong base for complex moves. There is no master that does not have the basics. The downside? If you don't hit a goal at a certain time or age, your career can be cut short. The sport and the movement should be the goal, not a time frame that can't be disrupted. Good enough can sometimes be good enough or worked on in a longer time frame. Perfection is a great goal, but blind pursuit of it can lead to forgetting what is ahead or why you are doing it. There are so many lessons that gymnastics taught me. Gymnastics provides a strong base, mastering the basics, discipline in your pursuit, and so much more. The level of dedication this sport brings even at a young age is amazing. Have you ever gotten very into a video game and wanted to play it for hours and hours and dedicated so much time to win and improve, but then got burned out and never wanted to play it again? I have seen that happen too much in gymnastics. At least that has been my experience and does not speak for the sport as a whole. That's where parkour brings a unique twist with its emphasis on movement and adaptability. Parkour becomes more of a philosophy than a sport. What if movement changed who you are as a person? Some people might think parkour focuses on efficiency, but it is much more than that. When you first start learning it, there are some basic techniques you can learn like jumps, vaults, tacks, and rolls, allowing you to easily navigate obstacles. When getting into the parkour world, you find it is not about the moves themselves. What parkour is really about is mental strength and overcoming your limits mentally and physically. Overcoming fear and pushing boundaries are integral parts of the training. Athletes learn to trust their abilities and build confidence through practice and repetition. However you do, that can be up to you. If it is big jumps, flips, smoothly moving through your environment, and more, it's a philosophy and mindset, and your body is the tool to express it. Parkour's adaptability and freedom of movement are inspiring. I have seen many retired gymnasts turn to parkour because of it. Anyone can start it from any level. I remember coaching a young kid, maybe 8 years old, and jumping from 2 boxes from 1 foot of the air was extremely scary and difficult for them. When they did it, they were so proud and knew what it was like to push their limits. They soon joined the competitive team and became a national athlete. What can go wrong with parkour is if you can get into the sport and the movement without this mindset. It depends on how you find it. You can think it is cool to do flips, but that can come from an ego to show off or even try to push against society. Next is that there is so much freedom in what you can do. People get lost or scared with choice paralysis and don't know what the next step is or even how to start. That is how I started at Almost Stopped. Instead, I met a training partner named Zach. Parkour does share something with another sport I did where the training is the skill itself. We'll explore how rock climbing fits into this mix next. What if you can learn a cool skill and get stronger at the same time? Cut your training sessions in half without losing anything. In rock climbing, the skill and the training are the same. Every climb is a workout, pushing both physical and mental limits. Unlike many sports that separate practice and performance, getting better at climbing is the goal and the training. For most beginners, there is no need to do extra hanging training to increase your grip strength, besides just climbing more. You also learn how to become more efficient by, you guessed it, climbing. Yes, you can always use guidance and coaching, but that involves climbing. Climbing requires a unique combination of strength, endurance, and technique. Every climb is an opportunity to build these skills and improve overall fitness. Sometimes to get better at something, there is no fancy answer except just doing that thing more. The downside to rock climbing, at least for me, was that there was not enough variety. I enjoyed solving the problems with my abilities, the mental part, and different routes, but the overall skills were a bit smaller. Again, this is just me. I still really enjoy rock climbing a lot, but I prefer to use it as cross-training. I know many people who excel at it because the list of what you need to get better at is smaller, so you can be more focused and improve faster. This is another reason why I like bodyweight training. Many times you can get stronger, more mobile, more flexible, or just better by learning cool moves. Is it the best way to grow muscle or get strength? Not really. Strength training would do that and weights would make it more streamlined. Do my clients and myself enjoy this a lot more? Absolutely. With all these unique training methods, what if we could combine the best elements from each discipline? Let's see how blending these philosophies can create a well-rounded training approach. What would combining the best mindsets and training philosophies from different sports look like? This is how it looks like for me, for the sports I did and coached. Ninja Warrior training emphasizes adaptability and learning the tools of movement that can be applied anywhere, which is essential for tackling unknown obstacles. Gymnastics provides a foundation of precision and perfect form, ensuring every movement is executed with excellence. Break things down into their smaller parts and practice for quality, then comes quantity. Rock climbing combines skill and strength training into one, teaching you that sometimes you don't need to do a bunch of extra training. Just do more of the things that you want to get better at. Skill training can be a workout. Parkour offers the mindset and philosophy about self-improvement and pushing oneself mentally and physically. However, creatively, you do that through movement. These are the philosophies and mindsets that define my training as well. I am so happy and grateful that I got to train and coach in each of these, as I got to learn and take so much to pass down to whoever it would help. Each one helped me learn something about myself and change how I train and teach movement. We have been focusing a lot on movement and skills-based disciplines. How would all that work with mixing your traditional strength and muscle growth training? How do you balance the need for strength with the need for movement? It's a question many athletes face, especially those involved in bodyweight training. Strength training is essential. It builds the muscles needed to perform complex movements and protects against injuries. However, focusing solely on strength can limit your range of motion and make you less agile. On the other hand, emphasizing movement can improve flexibility and coordination, but might not provide enough resistance to build significant muscle to get to higher skills more efficiently. The key is to find a balance that works for you. For instance, you can dedicate specific days to strength training, focusing on exercises that build muscle. On other days, you can focus on movement-based workouts, incorporating elements from parkour, gymnastics, or even dance to improve your agility and flexibility. One effective strategy is to combine strength and movement into the same workout. In most cases, start with a strength circuit, followed by a parkour flow or skill circuit. This approach ensures you're building strength while also working on your movement skills. Balancing strength and movement is essential for a well-rounded training regimen. That is what we try to do with our training. Focus a bit more on strength if you are a beginner. Use the basic movement patterns for cardio and build that mobility and agility. Then we go skill training harder with handstands and at one point flips. Whether you're a beginner or an advanced athlete, I hope any of these insights can help you enhance your training and achieve your goals. Maybe you will think about your training a bit differently, or maybe there is a new sport you are going to try. I would love to hear what sports or disciplines you have done and have shaped how you think and see training. If any of these philosophies for training connect with you, visit our website at awesomeninjafitness.com for a free 7-day bodyweight training plan. Remember, the key to success is consistency and dedication. Keep pushing your limits and stay awesome.